This is an amazing clip of Ben Shapiro, who was doing an event with Douglas Murray in Jerusalem just the other night. And he says, unlike other Western countries, in Israel, everyone knows someone that's serving. It's true. I know someone that's serving, many people that are serving actually in the army. And it's just quite uncommon. It's a remarkable fact of Jewish and Israeli life. And he says, if anyone here is actually serving the IDF or has served recently, please stand up. Have a watch what happens.
The military is extremely low. The percentage of people who actually know somebody who's serving in the military is exceedingly low these days in the United States. That obviously isn't true here. And so I want to ask, if you've served over the course of the last year, please stand up. Brother, sister, husband, wife, of somebody who's serving, please stand up also. If you're a family member.
Yeah, we have someone soon.
So just to be clear, now he's saying if you're a direct family member of someone. Look at this. Look.
The reason I think that's so...
I mean, it looks like it's almost the majority of the room. Do you understand how essential this is? Oh, didn't mean to have Khomeini up here. We don't want him for this video. Do you understand how this runs to the very core of who we are as a people? How we don't just support Israel with our words and in societal ways, but actually the military fight, that literally life and death matters, are so close to every single Jewish Israeli heart. It shows how much we're prepared to put on the line to protect our people, and how real this all is. People sometimes wonder, what's going on? It's a specific conflict in one part of the world. No, this affects all of us personally, on a very personal level. And the one thing that's also occurred is we suddenly realize in the aftermath of October 7th just how many heroes we are surrounded by that have been revealed to us that we had no idea about. There's a boy in my own community from London who made Aliyah, move to Israel, and managed to save dozens of lives, eliminate numerous Hamas terrorists on October 7th. Well, he didn't even need to, by the way. He was told to head north, and he stayed there and fought to protect more IDF battalions and civilians. But our eyes have been opened to the heroism that's existed. And you don't see, really, this kind of heroism, this kind of grit in many other youth cultures, certainly in Western nations. And it's been an amazing thing to see. And I want to actually read to you the words of Melanie Phillips, the journalist and author. And she wrote about this recently, about what we're seeing as a national rebirth. She said something of priceless value has emerged in Israel during this terrible year. And I want to read to you what she said. She said, "Living a meaningful life is a challenge. In Israel, we're now being taught what it is to have a meaningful life. In the space of 7 terrible days last month, 17 Israeli soldiers were killed in Lebanon and 9 fell in Gaza. One of the very best of the best fell in the carnage in Lebanon during that dreadful week. Rabbi Captain Avi Goldberg, the father of 8 children and a teacher at Jerusalem High School, was killed alongside 3 other members of his unit when it was ambushed while clearing an area of terrorists." And here's his picture for you so we can honour him. Goldberg was a military rabbi, but that doesn't convey his true role. A former officer in the Golani Brigade, at 43 he wasn't just the rabbi of his brigade, but fought alongside frontline troops. He was killed in the thick of battle. A man with a dazzling smile. He was said to have exuded optimism and confidence in the face of danger and hardship, embodying moral and spiritual integrity, and with an overwhelming love for the Jewish people. At his shiva in Jerusalem, hundreds of people turned up every night to sing with unbridled emotion the ancient refrains of Jewish faith, hope, and togetherness, alongside the shattered Goldberg family. People spoke of the way Avi had quietly changed their lives with quiet acts of loving kindness. Soldiers from his unit who made it out of Lebanon to the Shiva were barely able to speak through the grief they felt over the life force that had been taken from them. The Shiva was unbearably tragic, moving, and yet inspirational experience. Inspirational because here in microcosm was something of unexpected and priceless value that has emerged in Israel during this terrible year. It is no reflection on the grit and valour of those who fought in Israel's previous wars to say that what's now taking place is seen by many as a spiritual rebirth of the Jewish nation. These soldiers, many of them achingly young, have shown they aren't fighting merely to defeat an enemy bent on the nation's destruction and to recover the remaining Israeli hostages. They understand they are up against an existential evil, the same barbaric depravity that has claimed millions of Jewish lives over the centuries. That's right, by the way. I always try to make this point that people somehow think that, maybe there's a legitimacy to the Palestinian cause, to the anti-Israel cause. It's based on legitimate grievance. No. It's just another fluffed up version of the same old anti-Semitism of old. Melanie continues, this conscript army accordingly feels accompanied on the battlefield by the ghosts of those who were slaughtered in previous generations. These soldiers know they're fighting for the moral and spiritual principles that have kept the Jewish people alive throughout unparalleled persecution. It's why they believe they will win this war whatever the cost. It's why so many of them, secular as well as religious, have gone to war wearing tzitzit, the fringed garment intended to remind them of the Jews' religious calling. For those who don't know what tzitzit is, this is it here, that Jewish men wear on four-cornered garments. It's a string that's meant to remind us of the Torah and its laws and commandments. They wear this Jewish identity like armor next to their hearts. Avi Goldberg was a warrior rabbi fighting for the nation, the first for centuries to have taken this dual leadership role so familiar to us from the Hebrew Bible. He had the aura of a biblical figure fighting what many have come to view as a biblical war, for it feels like a momentous new chapter is being written in Jewish history. No one is under any illusion that after the war ends, Israel's profound political dysfunctionality and social divisions will magically melt away. But a great new generation is arising from the smoke of the battlefield, who will never again put up with the doublethink and confusion of a society that lost its ancient clarity of vision and paid a terrible price. A spark has been rekindled by this war, to forge the nation anew. The people of Israel are being bound together in fire, a nation fighting for civilization against barbarism, for light against darkness, for life against death. May the memory of all who have fallen in this seismic war be a blessing. If you've made it so far in this video, I have a request for you. JTV has been having a really big impact in spreading the truth about Israel and creating positive associations with the Jewish people, Judaism, and Israel. We've really grown a lot, particularly in the last year, and we're having a really significant impact, both for Jews and non-Jews. But I really want to take JTV to the next level so we can start to compete with the other big online media beasts that are often peddling anti-Israel content. And the way we're going to do that is to scale even faster. So I'd love to build a team where we have other presenters doing shows like me, let's start doing documentaries, supplementary content, animated content, etc., etc. And to do that, I'd like to build a bit of a team. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one fundraising day, just one, where we try and build up some funding in order to fund such a team. Now, to do that, it's going to obviously require people to get involved. And I'm wondering if you would consider, if you're watching JTV content and appreciate what we do and want to help partner with us in taking this to the next level and spreading the truth farther and wider than ever before, I wonder if you'd consider partnering with us simply by running a page, a mini page on the fundraiser that we do, where you just reach out to your contacts on that day that we choose to fundraise and see if they'll all chip in. If you'd be up for doing that, of which I would be so grateful, then please click on the Google form link in the video description of this video, where you can simply just put in a few contact details. It'll be a very small commitment, as I say, literally just one day that we'll all agree upon as a collective community. But the impact is going to be so big. There's such strength in numbers. If we all pull together and do this, we can take this to the next level. And as I say, all of us can partner together in bringing and spreading the truth to the whole world. So please do consider clicking on that link, filling in the form, and I'll be in touch very soon to talk about the next steps. Small commitment, but a big impact. Hi, thank you so much for watching. To watch another one, click here. To stay up to date with all our content, click here to subscribe. And if you're able to, you can help support JTV to grow and grow by clicking join below this video, where you can become a member and get perks including early access to videos and private live discussions with me. But most of all, you'll be partnering with us on our mission to change the world.